Today we're going to be making dragon eggs. You need a piece of construction paper, a small piece of white paper, a pencil, something to color with, and a pair of scissors, and something to stick your pieces of paper together, glue, tape, whatever you got. We are going to start by sketching out your dragon eye. You're going to be doing this on your small piece of white paper. I am doing it on a whiteboard just so I could draw it a little bit bigger so you could see a little bit better. We're going to start by making the eye shape. So that's a rainbow followed by an upside down rainbow shape. We're also going to draw the eyelid. So I'm just repeating those two shapes, a rainbow shape and an upside down rainbow shape. For the inside of the eye, we're going to draw the eyeball part, so the colored circle inside of your eye. And then the pupil, or the black part of the eye, for a dragon, I'm not going to make that a circle, I'm actually going to make that a curved, almost like a diamond shape, but more rounded and curved. Here, lightly with your pencil, I want you to add a highlight, so that's going to stay white. So just sketch that out very lightly. And now I'm going to start adding the scales to my dragon. So I can make some big, some small, but they're touching each other. Notice how the scales that I'm drawing touch the scale in front of it and behind it. So you don't want to have any big gaps. Once you fill up your eyelid shape, we're going to do a couple more rows of scales outside of that eyelid. And these are going to be a little bit bigger. So notice how I'm making these scale shapes larger than the ones that are inside of the eyelid. And I'm just making rounded rectangles or oval shapes that touch each other. And I'm going to do maybe 2 rows of those outside of my eye. You don't have to fill your entire paper. When we color our dragon eye, I want you to split your parts into warm and cool colors, just so we have a nice contrast and our colors blend together well. So if you're starting with the inside of your eye, which is what we're gonna do right now, I want you to choose either warm or cool colors to start with. And we're going to be working in a gradient, meaning we're blending from our darkest color, in my case, this pinky red color, and I'm going to be blending it into a yellow. I sped the video up so you didn't have to watch me color, but take your time when you're doing this so you get a realistic gradient and a realistic blending. So what I'm doing is I'm blending from that pink to orange to yellow. I'm not coloring in my highlights, and then I'm filling in the black pupil with black. Once the inside of my eye is done, I'm going to start working on my scales. Because I did warm colors on the inside of my eye, I'm going to do cool colors on the scales. So what I'm doing is pressing hard with my blue, and then I'm blending that, pressing a little bit lighter, and then going in with a green and kind of blending those two colors together to make a gradient. And on the outside of my eye, I'm actually going to do different cool colors. So this time I'm using purple as my main color, and I'll be blending that into a blue. So I'm still using cool colors, and I'm still blending to create a gradient. When your dragon eye is finished, we're actually going to grab your piece of construction paper, and you're going to grab one of those egg tracers if you're in person. If you are virtual, you are just going to draw an egg shape on your paper. Try to make it pretty big. And then you're going to cut that out. Once you have your egg shape cut out, we want this to look old, so we're going to actually carefully crinkle it up. Crinkle it up a couple times to get some wrinkles in your eggs. Don't do it so hard that you're gonna rip your paper, so you wanna be a little bit careful. But we're gonna crinkle it, then open it up and flatten it out, and it just gives some texture and makes your egg look a little bit cooler and more unique. Now near the middle-ish of my egg, I'm gonna take a pencil and very carefully poke it through. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start peeling a little hole for my dragon to be peeking out. We worked really hard on those dragon eyes, so you want a decent sized hole so that you can see most of your dragon eye. Once your hole starts to get pretty big, I actually popped my dragon eye underneath so that I could make sure I wasn't making the hole too big, because I don't want to see any of that white space, but I do want to peel it enough that I'm going to see most of my dragon eye. Once your hole in your egg is a decent size, you are just going to use glue, or if you're at home and just have tape or something, that's fine. And you're gonna just pop a little bit of glue on the edges of your dragon eye and glue it to the back of your dragon egg. Make sure your name is on it somewhere, either on the back of your dragon eye paper or on the back of your egg. Make sure you snap a picture to put this on Artsonia when you are finished.